Are you looking for the best cameras for vlogging? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Fujifilm X-S10. The Fujifilm X-S10 is a mirrorless camera with an APS-C sensor, and it's a great hybrid camera for vloggers. It has a bright, fully articulated screen that you can flip around to face you, a microphone input to connect an auxiliary mic, a large comfortable hand grip, and simple, intuitive controls. It also features in-body image stabilization to help reduce camera shake when shooting handheld. With good internal recording capability, and 10-bit 4:2:2 shooting with an external recorder over HDMI, this is an excellent camera to record high-quality video content. It can shoot 4K video up to 30 frames per second and 1080p video up to 60 frames per second, and it even has a high-speed recording mode that captures 1080p video at 120 frames per second for slow-motion playback. Though it's not the most consistent when tracking faster-moving subjects in photos, the camera's autofocus system works well in video, effectively keeping moving subjects in focus. That said, the camera has a disappointing battery life that drains after about an hour when recording continuously in 4K, although your mileage may vary depending on your settings and how you use it. The camera can also overheat and shut down during a longer recording session. Despite its limited battery performance, this is still a great all-around vlogging camera that offers a ton of value for its price. Number 2. Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III. If you'd prefer a more portable interchangeable lens option, check out the Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III. Unlike the Fujifilm X-S10, it uses a smaller 4/3 sensor, so there's a greater crop factor when shooting video, which means you'll need to use wider angle lenses or hold the camera out farther from your body when vlogging. That said, the smaller sensor also makes it significantly smaller and lighter, so it's a bit easier to carry around for longer periods. On top of that, it has 5-axis in-body image stabilization to reduce camera shake. Like the Fujifilm, it has a lot of frame rate options and includes a slow-motion feature that can capture footage at 120 frames per second for slow-mo playback, although it incurs a significant crop. Autofocus performance is impressive, though it's a bit less consistent than the Fujifilm when tracking faces, so it can occasionally lose track of your face when vlogging. It has a slightly longer battery life, and we didn't experience any overheating issues. Get the Fujifilm if you want more reliable autofocus and a larger sensor, but if you want the portability of a micro 4/3 camera, go with the Olympus. Number 3. Sony ZV-1. If you don't want the bulk of an interchangeable lens camera, consider the Sony ZV-1, which is one of the best compact vlogging cameras we've tested. Designed with vloggers in mind, this point-and-shoot camera comes with a detachable windscreen for its built-in microphone to reduce background noise. It also has a fully articulated screen, allowing you to flip the screen around to face you without obstructing the mic or any attached cables. The camera is fairly comfortable to use, and its lightweight, compact design makes it easy to shoot in busier areas without drawing attention. It has a fantastic phase detect autofocus system that supports eye detection and tracking. There's also a helpful product showcase setting for beauty and product bloggers that automatically refocuses to an object held up in frame without you having to block your face from view. Video quality is good overall, particularly in 4K, though it can only shoot in 4K with a slight crop. Unfortunately, it tends to overheat and shut down when recording continuously in 4K. By default, 4K recording is limited to a 5-minute time limit to prevent overheating, though you can disable this setting if you want. Sony's menu system, however, can be hard to navigate, and it's particularly cumbersome to shoot with when held in selfie mode due to the screen's limited touch capability. Still, if you're looking for a compact camera for vlogging, this is one of the best point-and-shoots we've tested. Number 4. Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. If you do a lot of live streaming, check out the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. Unlike the Sony ZV-1, it doesn't have a fully articulated screen, and its autofocus system isn't quite as reliable. However, it's one of the best cameras for YouTube vlogging thanks to its built-in live streaming feature, which lets you live stream directly to YouTube over Wi-Fi. On top of that, it can shoot 4K video without a crop, and its menu system and controls are much more intuitive and user-friendly than the Sony camera. Though its screen doesn't articulate, you can still tilt it and flip it up to face you for vlogs, and it has full touch capability to help you navigate the menu. The camera also has an electronic stabilization feature, which greatly reduces camera shake, although enabling it does incur a noticeable crop. Also, the camera doesn't have a headphone or microphone jack, which means you're limited to the built-in microphone or you have to record auxiliary audio separately. Go with the Sony if autofocus and video quality are priorities, but consider the Canon if you do a lot of live streaming. Number 5. GoPro Hero 10 Black. The GoPro Hero 10 Black isn't just one of the best action cameras we've tested, but it's also one of the best cameras for YouTube vlogging. Though GoPros are best for capturing POV footage of action or sports, they also work very well as portable vlogging cameras when mounted to an extension pole or selfie stick. Models like this one and its predecessor, the GoPro Hero 9 Black, also have a second front-facing screen that lets you monitor yourself in live view while recording. The camera's hyper-smooth digital stabilization feature does an outstanding job smoothing out camera shake, though enabling it does incur a crop. It offers a ton of resolution and frame rate options, including 5K video up to 60 frames per second, 4K video up to 120 frames per second, and 1080p video up to 240 frames per second, so you can capture natural-looking footage or generate smooth slow motion. It also has an improved horizon leveling feature that can help keep videos steady when tilting the camera from side to side. Video quality is okay and marks an improvement over other action cameras in low light. That said, its battery life tested slightly worse than some other GoPros we've tested, and it can overheat during longer recording sessions. It's worth noting, though, that battery performance and overheating risk can vary with your usage habits and choice of settings. It also lacks inputs aside from a USB-C port, though you can purchase a mod from GoPro to add additional inputs and functionality. All in all, this is one of the best vlogging cameras you can get for action videos or if you're just looking for something super portable. Number 6. DJI Pocket 2. If you'd prefer a pocketable camera that you can use handheld, check out the DJI Pocket 2. It isn't waterproof like the GoPro Hero 10 Black and comes with fewer frame rate options, but it's aimed at vloggers and has a built-in 3-axis stabilized gimbal, which provides exceptional stabilization for handheld use. It's incredibly portable, so you can easily take it with you on the go. While it can't record 5K video, it can record 4K and FHD video at up to 60 frames per second and includes a slow-mo feature in FHD that captures 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second video for slow-motion playback. Video quality is okay and looks surprisingly good in low light, but the real standout feature of this camera is its stabilization and tracking performance. You can lock each gimbal axis in different ways to achieve different stabilization effects. The camera also has an active tracking feature that can lock onto a subject and automatically follow them, which comes in handy when vlogging or shooting moving subjects. That said, the camera can get very hot during use, especially when recording in 4K. Get the GoPro if you want an affordable vlogging camera with unbeatable portability, but if the built-in gimbal sounds helpful to you, the DJI is a great alternative. Number 7. Canon EOS M50 Mark II. The Canon EOS M50 Mark II is the best budget vlogging camera that we've tested. It's a highly portable and lightweight mirrorless camera, and it comes with a fully articulated touchscreen to help you monitor yourself live while recording. It also feels comfortable in the hand and has a remarkably intuitive menu system that makes it easy to go from taking stills to shooting video. It's a great choice for those who prefer to shoot video in 1080p, as it shoots at up to 60 frames per second in this resolution, so you can record more cinematic-looking footage or capture smooth, fast action. It delivers great video quality when shooting in brighter lighting conditions, though the quality dips in low light. Its autofocus system does a fantastic job of keeping moving subjects in focus, particularly when tracking objects. Unlike the original Canon EOS M50, it now supports eye tracking and face tracking, though the original may be preferable for those looking to save even more money. While the camera can also record 4K video, its 4K features and performance are limited. It can shoot 4K at 24 frames per second, but there's a significant 1.5x crop when doing so. The autofocus is also much slower and less consistent when tracking moving subjects in 4K, and the camera's digital image stabilization feature performs worse. Still, if you're on a budget, this is a good entry-level camera that's well suited to vlogging thanks to its 1080p video features, snappy overall autofocus, and fully articulated screen.